Okay. Again, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hi,
Good morning.
hi. Hello, new joinees. I thought she was also a guest, and I was like, oh, I've seen you before. And she's like, I'm a member now. This is my second time. Yeah. And Bhavesh, what a nice drawing right here. I think you should do this very often.
Drawing?
Yeah. So next time when you come, every other meeting, we get to
That's
see
our
your
drawing.
contemporary artist version. You don't have to tell us on the lunch that, hey, I'm also a contemporary artist.
I can demonstrate it.
All right. So you guys, if you don't know, Bhavesh is also a contemporary artist along with a lot more things. And what a nice day that you have chosen to come here on a Sunday morning. Members, for you, it's mandatory, you get paid. But for the guests, you could have done anything today on a Sunday morning, but you chose to come here. Thank you so much. And what we do here, what we will do here, have a great session. But for that, we need to be very excited because we can't be just boring people like we are in the Monday morning in our meeting at our corporate office. So are you guys excited for today's meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you guys excited for today's meeting? I'm not sure why. Why are you guys excited for today's meeting?
Yes.
What you gonna get out of
This
it?
Easter.
You know what you're gonna get out of it?
Sunday.
I'm gonna wake
Please,
up.
please. There's a very interesting thing written over the whiteboard here, and that's, I think we should all be excited about. That is align, and on top of it there is a flower. We're very excited about it, what it's gonna be bring today, and what we're gonna learn and unlearn. So, our Toastmasters has a mission. That's what we are here for, and the mission is to empower members. I forgot the mission statement. I'm not gonna look at the screen actually. I usually do, but I thought today that I would not look at my screen to read out the mission statement. Toastmaster International is a platform to provide you positive and supportive learning experience so that you develop, I forgot the mission statement. I need to look at my
Communication and
bottom.
leadership skills.
But yeah, I'm gonna mug it up next time, and so that I don't have to look at my phone for reading the mission statement. All right, the Toastmaster International mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And it has 4 core values, and they are integrity, respect, service, excellence. Before starting the meeting, where we would get to know what is there behind Align, today's theme of the meeting, before starting it, I would like to set some of the ground rules, and they are, please put your phone on silent or switch it off so that it does not disturb ongoing meeting. Please take 5 or 10 seconds to check. Cool. And as Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, politics in a derogatory manner. So please refrain from doing so. And please don't go out of the room while the speaker is speaking. Please take the applaud time while doing so that it does not disturb the ongoing meeting. And the last ground rule is that please do not disturb the speaker while speaking, unless you are explicitly asked to do so. All right. I am very, very excited actually. I was not actually excited. I was like, okay, this is a normal meeting. But when I saw this word align with 5 dots, 6 dots, and on the top of it, a drawing, beautiful drawing, and I was like, okay, there is something I'm looking forward to today's meeting. Thank you so much. Have a great time, good learning and unlearning experience, and great networking session in the break. Over to you, Presiding Officer TM Namita.
Thank you, Sachin, for such an opening, and welcome everyone to the 897th meeting of GTMC. We have come so far. Yes, it is 897th indeed. And this is the first meeting in the month of April, which is the beginning of new financial year. It is also the beginning of new academic session, and it is also known as the Fool's Month. So whichever way you would want to live this month out, just have the fresh month's energy. And let's talk about Toastmasters now. Why we are here on a Sunday morning, on an Easter Sunday morning, is because more than 100 years ago, a beautiful soul, Ralph C. Smedley, came up with this idea of having a platform where people can come and speak and practice confident speaking in a supportive environment. So he came up with the idea of Toastmasters Club, and we have Toastmasters Club all around the world now. And talking about GTMC, that is our club, please come in. Talking about GTMC, which is our club, it has been more than 15 years that the club has been in existence. You can see from the number of the meetings that we have had, it's 897. So it is a legacy club, and it is all because of you that we are carrying this legacy forward so well, hopefully. Alright, and talking about the structure of the meeting, every Toastmaster meeting follows a structure. We start with the prepared speeches section, where every speaker comes here and gives his prepared speech, which is evaluated. Then the second section of the meeting is the table topic section, where we are given impromptu topics and you get to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Guests are encouraged to come and take that stage time and speak on those impromptu topics. And then the third section is the evaluation section, where each and every speaker gets their valuable feedback for their speeches. So with that, we can take the meeting ahead. I'll take few introductions from the guests, and then we can start the meeting. So please introduce yourself with your name, what do you do, and what brings you here on a Sunday morning.
Hi ma'am. Hello everyone. My name is Himalaya Tunur, and this is my first class I am coming here. So I am 27 years old and I belong from Gurgaon only. I am a real estate consultant, so
Very nice.
that's why I came. So
Okay.
so this is my demo class. I talked with this.
Okay. All right. You'll gain a lot from this.
Hello everyone, my name is Lakshmi Priya Parik. So I basically belong to east side of India, that is Odisha. But I'm staying here from last 15 years, as long as I am in my job from last 15 years. I'm into IT sector, and if you ask me what brings me here, so it is like in the meetings, in the conference, I speak confidently, even in the Zoom calls. But the moment I face-to-face people, I lose confidence. And that is the main reason why I am here. Yes, so that's my main agenda, that I should gain a kind of confidence while standing there, the place you have stand there right now, and can address all of you very confidently and can confront my feelings, my emotions, and what exactly I'm trying to say. I can, the people, those who are sitting there, can reach out to that point which I want to. So that is my expectation.
Absolutely, Lakshmi. Just introduce yourself with your name and what do you do and what brings you here.
Hello everyone, I am Mohit, and this is my second time with you guys. I came last week as well as a guest, and my reason is still the same, that I would like to speak with precision at the meetings and at the conferences. Maybe filter out the thoughts as per the audience. That's about it.
Hi everyone, my name is Shreya and I'm an analyst. The reason that I I'm here is because I have been in the corporate world for about 2.5 years now, and I've realized that without the confidence to speak, without public speaking skills, I will not be able to, advance as much as I want to in my coming years. And one problem that I face is whenever I'm talking to my managers or senior managers, I somehow lose all the confidence. Everything that I want to speak vanishes all of a sudden from my head. So that's something that I want to work upon here at Toastmasters. So yeah, I look forward to it.
Hi everyone, my name is Devika. I just graduated last year. It's been 1 year in corporate, and I have realized that it's really necessary to have a good communication skill. I feel like even with it's a one-on-one with a manager, it's a team meeting. So my sister been here in one of the Toastmasters, and she encouraged me to come here and to learn, because it will give me the exposure that is required, so I can convey what I'm thinking about, because I can think but I cannot let it out in the way that I'm thinking. So yeah.
Welcome.
Hello, hi everyone. So I'm Shekhar, and this is actually my second session. I came here I think 2-3 weeks back. There was something going on.
Something going on.
I mean, some sort of competition
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. But then I didn't come back after that. So yeah, today this is actually my first session as a this is a
Proper
setting,
meeting, yeah.
So yeah, so I came here because somebody mentioned that you gain leadership skills and you gain sort of good confidence when you're in a social setting or a corporate setting. So that's my aim. So I look forward to doing that.
My name is Mehak and I am a data engineer. So basically, for last 3 years, I have been working as a data engineer only, and in future I want to shift to a leadership or team lead role. So one of my friends encouraged me to join this, as it will help me in the long term. So
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you all the guests for joining us. And with that, let me hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bhavish, to take us ahead.
Thank you. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, please don't mind me using some cue cards, because one of my goals that I'm aspiring for is to be able to memorize an hour or two long speech, but I am unable to do so at the moment. So I'll have to use the cue cards. I'll try to be as less disruptive as I can. Okay. I have a question to ask you all. I thought there would be more people, but the limited people that we have. I have a friend of mine for whom I got a t-shirt made, tailor-made. If I give it to any one of you, would it fit as if it is tailor-made for you?
No.
The question that I have next is a rhetorical question. Most of you would have goals, correct? Can you raise your hand if you have goals? Any sort of goals. Even people who don't have goals, right? Let's combine these two things together. The question that you could be asking yourself is, are these goals yours or were they given to you? More money, better position, validation from other people, all were given to you. Now, the question that you could be asking, and you might have forgotten who gave you these goals. Imagine if somebody suggests you to run a marathon. Now, what happens is, our mind says, hustle more, grind. Other people are getting ahead of you. Why are you lacking behind? Your heart says, I don't want to do it. I don't want to put in effort. I don't want to get up at 5 o'clock and practice. And what happens after some time? Your body gets exhausted. What is happening here is there are 3 voices in one system, your system. Would you call this ambition?
No.
I would rather call it misalignment. When you have goals that are externally pressurized and given to you, it feels as if it's a punishment. And you can judge right now within yourself any goal that you might be having if you are having troubles. The whole process of align would be goal setting and achieving those goals. understand it within you that all the goals that you might be having, if they are creating havoc inside your body, that means they are externally pressurized goals, they are not coming from within. If they were coming from within, if that was your inner calling, it would feel more like fulfillment. You will feel harmony with that. Empires that expanded because of the external pressure collapsed very quickly. You can see it in the history. And wars that were fought with inner conviction, they can endure so much pain that we can see right now in Iran, what is happening. A seed, I'll make it a question. What does a seed have to do to become a tree?
Anyone? To fight against
Proper environment.
nothing. It has a struggle.
It has to do nothing. It has to just be in the right conditions, and it has to follow its natural rhythm. So when we put in the efforts to achieve our goals, that's efforting. And when we have the goal and we flow with it, that is effortless. So the first step to any sort of goal setting and achieving it is awareness. Whether these goals are mine or were they given to me, first you need to be aware of it. Am I going the right way?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Let's welcome Ruchira, the general evaluator for the day, and I will continue as we move along.
Good morning, everyone, and I'm here after a very long break, trying to seep in by just taking a very small role, and like it's a bolt from a blue, which I just got 5 minutes before stepping out of the house, is to play a role of the general evaluator. It's like going to the gym after a long break, and when you know what to do, but you're banking a lot on the muscle memory and the entire ambience. On a serious note, my role is very self-explanatory. It is, as what the name suggests, is to kind of look at the general proceeding of the meeting right from the beginning, what went right, where is the room for improvement, and I, believe me, cannot do it all alone, so I'll be taking help of some specific evaluators who will be evaluating the prepared speeches, and a very important team which I have to assist me to see and track the progress of the meeting is the auxiliary role players, and I will just invite them one by one so that they can throw some light on their roles. So grammarian, how impactful and how powerful the use of the right grammar and the vocabulary is. Join me in inviting TN Sachin, who's going to throw some light on this.
Thank you, Ruchira. Of course, grammarian is one of the important role here, where I would look over the good and bad uses of grammar, because if there is no improvement, you cannot reach to higher position. If you would be, I often say, I don't know, like it's been a habit now that I say this thing. We live in a mathematical world that is f of x, y is equals to f of x, that is a function. If you wouldn't keep doing a right input, keep giving a right input x, you wouldn't be getting a better output. So the grammar, the vocabulary, the idioms, they are your x. So keep enriching it, and so that you would be getting a better output. So for today's input, there is a word of the day that is cadence. Very nice, very beautiful word, and that means the rise and fall of the voice in speaking. The synonym for this is the intonation of the voice. Like for example, somebody is talking slow, and sometimes they raise their voice. So, and a third person can denote me that his cadence is so good. So another example could be your cadence matters while doing public speaking. It makes your speech so interesting and keep the audience hooked. So I hope that you guys use this word in your daily life. And the idioms of the day is turn over a new leaf, which means start behaving better. And the example could go by. This month, Sachin turned over a new leaf. He started to take 6 hours of sleep. So yeah, so you can use, if any of you use the word of the day or idiom of the day in the meeting, feel free everyone to show the thumbs up, and I'll keep note down of that guy or girl, and I will just let my report. I'll share my report at the end of the day. End of the meeting, and I'll also note down the bad uses of grammar or good uses of grammar, so that we all can learn collectively. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Sachin, on the great analogy and lovely word. And all the new guests who are here, you've already taken over a new leaf, so try to make the most of it. 90% of the effort is done by leaving your bed early morning and coming here. It's just 10% when you're called upon here as a table topic speaker. Please make that effort. Okay, next in line is Timer, who is going to ensure that the meetings run on time, inviting TM Vishwajit to throw some light on his role.
Good morning everyone, this is Vishwajit. I will be the timer for today. I have 3 cards with me. Green signifies minimum time, red signifies maximum time. There is an upper limit of 30 seconds after I show the red card, and yellow shows the mean time. So all the prepared speeches have a timing of 5 to 7 minutes. So green at 5, yellow at 6 and red at 7 with the upper limit of 30 seconds. Similarly, evaluations are 2 to 3 minutes, and table topics are 1 to 2 minutes. And other than these 3, if I feel that TMOD or GE or anyone is on a never-ending adventure, then I will raise a red card. So we'll request everyone, we'll urge everyone to please be respectful of time and please finish whatever you are doing within time so that we finish on time. We are already 35 minutes. Over to you.
His name and his role and has given it in such a precise manner, the role that he's playing today. Alright, our counter. So, when we're speaking, okay, let me leave it to TM Alicia to throw more light on what our counter role entails. Over to you.
Good morning everyone. So as an counter, my role is to track all filler words and crush sounds such as well, so, like, repetitive words and long pauses. So I will share my observation at the end, so try to avoid these filler words and unnecessary sounds. Thank you.
You know what I was trying, that I'm coming in after such a long time. In Toastmaster, I've learned one thing, that whenever in doubt, whenever you don't know anything, you pause, you smile, and most importantly, ensure that it is intentional and it's not unintentional. So that's what, if you try to do that, you will avoid most of the clutch words here and would probably gain a crown there. Okay, last but not the least, to ensure that you're all very active and listening properly and keeping your ears open, is our active listener who will be doing justice to her role, TM Tanika. Inviting you over.
So all of you are now, while all of you are doing are busy with giving excellent and amazing speeches, I will be doing something equally important: listening each of you very, very attentively. Not just nodding and smiling, but actually paying attention. At the end of the meeting, I will be asking all of you a few questions, or maybe a game between the 2 teams, or true, false, whatever at this decide at the time. So if your mind starts wandering to weekend plans or to think about what we are going to eat in the lunch, so please come back into this room and listen attentively. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's all from my end, and we'll be back with our team to give you the evaluation in the second segment of the meeting. Over to Timon, TM Parrish.
Thank you. Settled? Okay, now that we are aware of whether the goal is R or not, the second step that comes listen. Now, I don't mean, when I say listen, I don't mean noise, but the signal behind the noise. Let me ask you a question that you should be asking yourself, a very simple yet a little uncomfortable question. What do I truly want? And I can assure you, it's been a very long time since you've asked this question to yourself. What do I truly want? You see, the answer that comes back is usually not loud. Deadlines are loud. Opinions are loud. Comparisons are loud. But what comes as a response is most likely a whisper, a very subtle voice. Earlier on, I'm not sure how old you guys would be, but there used to be a radio that used to be there, and there was a jog dial, right? Thank you. I should hide. So there used to be a jog dial, and if you move that jog dial, most times it would be like you match up with the frequency and then you listen to the music. What happens if you continuously do something like this? Would you be able to hear the music?
No.
What would you be hearing? Noise, static. So you have to fine tune very, very subtly and get to a point where the frequency matches and you can listen to the music. Most times when you ask this question to yourself, you're not lacking clarity when you set your goals or when you're trying to achieve the goals. You are not lacking clarity. What you're lacking is stillness. Anything that you chase that is loud moves away from you. Probably everyone's experience. Everything that is loud, every goal that somebody else has given to you, if you chase that, it will move away from you. But if you sit down and try to listen to it, it will reveal itself. There once was a farmer, and for his cultivation, for his crops, he needed water. So he dug up holes everywhere across various villages, and he couldn't find water. Then one old villager came to him and said, if you would have dug deep at one particular point, you would have made a well. So when we work, I'm not asking lack of action. When we say just sit down, I'm not saying don't do anything, unlike a lot of people might be thinking. It's working, doing the action with alignment. Alignment to your true want, not scattered wants, but your true calling. When you listen to that whisper, usually you will hear, and this is part of what my job as a coach and a therapist is, when I get to ask people this question. When you listen to that whisper, usually the response is very, very simple. Most of you, all of you, are looking for more money. Correct? But that's the symptom. If I ask you underneath, what is it? Why do you need money? There is a sense of security. You want to feel secure. You want to have a sense of belonging. You want to be loved. You want to be appreciated. These are the kind of simple things that no LinkedIn post will celebrate. Only your nervous system gets to celebrate that. And we ignore that part. We are looking for big goals, a better position, more money, this car, that car. But that's all for the celebration of for your circle, not for your inner self. So whatever, there's a difference between listening to the noise and listening to your inner calling. Noise excites your ego. Yes, I am going to be in that position. Yes, I would get that promotion. But when you listen to that inner calling, it's a very clear indication. It settles your system down. You feel much, much more calm in comparison. Because finally, you get a chance to hear yourself. Let me invite the first speaker, Toastmaster Ajay Mehra sir, and just a little brief intro about him, which wasn't brief. Oh, yes. Let's call Toastmaster Ishita, his evaluator. What's happening?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ishita Vyas, and I have the privilege to evaluate Mr. Ajay Mehra. Sir, he's giving his level 4 speech. He's on the pathway presentation mastery, where you have to select an elective project, and his elective project is to share a compelling story, and we are going to hear a lot about his inspiring life stories today. The few things that I will be evaluating him on, that how he connects with the audience and how he inspires with his message. Thank you.
A brief intro about Sir Ajay Mehra sir. He's a person who has seen it all, done it all, and living primarily pursuing newer passions, which includes traveling to lesser traveled destinations. This change came about after 50 years of satisfying commercial careers spanning different industries. And his speech title is, I don't know, which I just got to know.
Life Learning 2.
Life Learning 2.
One was last time.
Okay.
Thanks.
All the best.
Thank you very much. Good morning. You know, the last time I spoke to you people, that was on the 22nd, whichever location we were in. And I moved away from, the habit of writing a speech, memorizing it, park it here, and recall the nuances of it through your mouth. This time what I thought is that the summary I'm going to talk about my life is the second part of what I said earlier, and it is depicted in a song. And this is why I will read it out from here, because I don't want to miss the right words and the right pauses. This song was written by Paul Anka, those who know the name, and was sung for him by Frank Sinatra. Again, another name not many may know. And most recently, Boman Irani and Shankar Mahadevan sang it. You can see it again on the YouTube, and it's called My Way. And when I went through the song, and I've been hearing it for years, it just depicted in my alignment of what I basically wanted in life, and say, if I target for the next 10 years, how am I going to live well, happily, and content? So as the song goes, bear me out, listen to every word. I'll try to be more clear and slow. It says, my way. It says, and now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I will say it clear. I will state my case, of which I am certain. I've lived a life that is full. I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I have had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and I saw it through without exemption. And much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you know, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was a doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and I did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed, and I've cried. I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now that the tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say so, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me, I did it my way. For what is a man, what has he got? If not himself, then he is not. To say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The records show I took the blows and I did it my way. Yes, it was my way. You know, this song has a timeless appeal. The words that sum up what so many people feel about their lives and how they should be remembered and loved once and no more. So I use this thing. If you read it, if you go to YouTube, you will hear the song. And the sentiments in which what is expressed is amazing. And I went through a lot in life, and I realized that this song summarizes the whole thing very well. And the title of it was I Did It My Way, which means that I'm not answerable to anybody. I did what I had to do. I changed my jobs, succeeded in whatever I had, disappointments, but kept moving on the way. Thank you. That's all I wanted to tell you, and it summarizes well for me. Thank you.
So, now that we are aware and we have listened to what our true calling is, the third step is integration. Knowing is not enough. Knowing is not enough till the time your system agrees. Imagine a scenario where your mind says, yes, I want this, but your heart feels heavy, your body cannot move. What do you call that state?
Paralysis.
Anxiety.
Correct.
Sleep.
Unsure.
Unsure.
Nervous.
Lost.
Lost.
Not in coherent state.
That is correct. There is another term for it.
Panic.
Frozen is very close to it. If you want to go on to, like, if you want to search this topic, what would you write on a YouTube search? Why am I?
Stuck.
Yes. This is a state where your mind, your heart, and your body are not in alignment. Imagine 3 horses make up a chariot and all are moving in different directions. Would the chariot move? It won't. This is a state where you'll hear from a lot of people, I know what I want, but I just can't have it. This leads to procrastination because there is an inner misalignment. I want this, I know I want this, and I know the process, but I still am unable to get through. Versus a state where your mind says yes, your heart feels in harmony, and your body moves seamlessly. In that state, it is harder for me to stop you. No amount of force can stop you. There is a term to that as well. Most of you have heard of it. What would that be? Most athletes go into that state.
Zone.
What is that zone called? Yes. That is a flow state. When your 3 systems are in alignment, it is so hard for anybody to stop you. Right? Because these 3 horses are moving in one direction, then the chariot moves. In this situation, the thoughts support you, the emotions energize you, and your body feels safe and free to move. Movement becomes natural. So this is the difference between being in a procrastinated state and not being into that. When Arjuna was in the battlefield, his hands were trembling, his heart was resisting, and his mind was full of doubts. And when he got the inner knowing from his inner guru, which was Krishna, there was a clarity in his thoughts. His body was in a stable state, and his heart had stopped resisting. Earlier on, what felt like action is impossible now became action is inevitable. There was no motivation required. Your discipline became your devotion, your effort became your expansion, and the progress became it became peaceful. Let me invite the next speaker, Toastmaster Dishita. And before I invite Toastmaster Dishita, I would like to invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Abhijit.
Good morning, everyone. So today I have the honor to evaluate Toastmaster Dishita, Level 2, Project 2, Effective Communication. Her title is Lahe Lahe, and there were some specifics that she wanted me to evaluate her on, that were stage movement, expressions, hand gestures, especially towards the end, make sure I come forward and pass on the message voice module. Okay, I got it. So that's it.
Thank you. So, little intro about Toastmaster Dishita. She is working as an IT consultant who is empathetic, still looking for her passion. At present, she is on a break from OTT platforms and has the power to sit silently for 10 minutes. That's a great superpower, actually, I would say. Her speech title, thank you, Abhijit, is Lahe Lahe. All the best.
When I was a toddler, my mom used to say, Dikshita, lahe lahe. I used to wonder, what is lahe lahe? So my dear friends, let me tell you what does lahe lahe means. It means to slow down. I was at my home, out of project, so decided to teach my mate's daughter. My student Priya, she was bright, curious, full of energy, but her English was a nemesis. I asked her to read one sentence from her book, smoothly and slowly, as far as eyes can see. She looked at her book and read, smooth, slow. And then she glanced at me. That silence spoke volume. So we decided to let's start from the basics. She looked at me again. Hello, I'm not in kindergarten, I'm 7th grade student. I said, Priya, I know, let's revise. Within 10 minutes, both of us realized she was unable to pronounce the basic words like A, apple, and C, meow. I was shocked. I asked her, Priya, C for meow? She replied confidently, of course, C for meow. Okay, that's when I realized it's not revision anymore. It's full phone reset. So started learning phonetics, something I had never done for myself. So every evening, my home echoed as A, apple, B, ball, C, cat. And every evening, she would pronounce all these words confidently. And next day, the moment I asked her, Priya, what is A for? I know. A for? I know. Just hold on. I'll tell you. Just hold on. Just hold on. So it's a clean slate. This was not due to her laziness or carelessness. All these years, she never had somebody who could patiently teach her the basic pronunciation of English language. So started sending her voice notes so that she could practice at home. C for cat, D for dog. While practicing all these words, we stumble upon one word called hut, H-U-T, hut. In English, it means shelter. But in her regional language, it means the hand, hut. The moment I ask her, Priya, what does hut means? There's a mental tug of war between the English language and her regional language. And guess what? Who wins? The hut. At times, I would be so frustrated, I didn't feel like teaching her. I used to wonder, what the hell I'm doing here? Why I'm teaching her? Isn't doom scrolling is way better than teaching her? But the moment I looked at her face, that innocent face, I could see that she has a zeal to learn and grow. So one evening, as always, I used to assess her every day, thinking that today is the day, today is the day. But one evening, I asked Priya, Priya, are you enjoying your classes? She smiled at me. Ah, yes, I am enjoying. At that moment, I experienced the achievement. I could feel that finally she's able to understand, and we are both able to understand each other. So my dear fellow Toastmasters, let me just ask you, when was the last time we all slowed down? When was the last time you all felt content doing something for yourself? We all are in this race. We are chasing happiness, money, more power, more success. But at what cost? I know at times slowing down means losing out on time. But it means you're enjoying your life as well. So let's embrace life. Let's lahe lahe. Let's savor each moment and let's slow down. Thank you so much.
I heard we only have Namita as a theatrical performer here. Do we have another compliment? Now that we are aware that it is not our goal and we have tried to listen to our heart, what our true calling is, we have integrated within our system. Now the system also agrees. The next step comes where we ask generative questions. Because our life, every aspect of our life depends on the kind of questions we ask. If we ask poor questions, the life would be poor. If we ask the right questions, the life would be much, much richer. So when the goals are pressurized goals given to us from somebody who's outside us, the question feels heavy. How am I going to get there? How many people do I need? Where would I find that? Where would the funding come from? All of these are heavy questions. They will sink you down. Aligned goals, where your heart, your mind and your body is aligned, those questions are uplifting. How do I express myself? How do I touch lives meaningfully? These are questions that are not heavy. They uplift you. There's another difference between pressurized goals and aligned goals. Pressurized goals close the doors. They build a wall. Right? In that space, your thinking shrinks. You drain your energy. And you play safe and small just to be in that confinement. Obviously, when you are in the closed space, you would feel claustrophobia, you would feel anxiety. Some of the goals are giving you anxiety, and it's a good time that you can reflect upon those goals. On the contrary, goals that are aligned from within, they feel like as if somebody's opened the window. They feel fresh. You can breathe. You think about that goal, if it is inside you right now, the moment you think about that goal, your breathing will change. You will be able to very calmly, have a long breath when you think about those goals. It will give you directions and light. What was earlier on anxiety, now that has turned into possibility. When I talk about your mind, it is more like a search engine, like Google. You have poor questions, you say, I have a question, give me an answer. That is it. Very close space, nothing concrete about it. Sorry, nothing creative about it. On the contrary, if you ask or maybe have a conversation with ChatGPT or Claude or Notebook LM, you ask a question, they answer you something, you ask a question in response. What happens then is your creativity expands. And also something happens. Now you would agree with this, whenever you are having a conversation with these platforms, the inquirer transforms themselves. They become more expansive. Let me invite the third speaker, Toastmaster Satyam. And before I could call Toastmaster Satyam, I would like to call his evaluator, Toastmaster Ganesh. Sorry.
So I got the opportunity to evaluate Satyam. He is on the pathway of presentation mastery, level 2, project 1. And he asked me to evaluate on the particular points like body language, delivery, voice modulation, and relatability. So I'll be evaluating on this and sharing my report on the last.
Thank you. Little bit about Toastmaster Satyam. He's a senior data analyst in American Express. Joined Toastmasters to build confidence and sharpen his public speaking skills. A traveler, trekker, and space enthusiast, he can turn a simple chat into a journey into black holes. He enjoys geopolitics, meditation, workouts, swimming, pool, gaming, and many other things. And today, his pathway is already been spoken, I think? Yeah. Okay. So the speech title is Just 5 Seconds. Just 5 seconds. Please come. Toastmaster Satyam.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. Let me ask you a simple question. What is the small decision that you have made today without even thinking about it? It could be that you decided to come here in the Toastmasters Club. It could be that you decided to sit where you're sitting right now. It might feel small, it might feel tiny, but what if I tell you, it silently creates a new direction in your life. It creates a new trajectory in your life. Because life rarely relies on big, dramatic decisions. Most of the time, it's just 5 seconds. So, 12 years ago, I was in college counseling session. I was sitting there and I had to select a branch. A lot of branches were there. BTech, CSE, Business Analytics and Optimization. That's the one that stood out. And I wasn't even focusing on the right thing. I focused on the business part. And I totally ignored the CSE, Computer Science Engineering. But I went with my gut. I had talks with my friends. And finally, with 5 seconds of clarity, I decided that I should go ahead with this branch. And that alone decided the college I'm going to attend, the friends that I'm going to make, the people who are going to come in my life, and also right here standing in front of you only because of that very decision. Think about yourself. Maybe you left your home 5 seconds early. Maybe you left your home 5 seconds late. Maybe you meet someone. Maybe you didn't meet someone. Even 5 seconds of difference may result in an accident. That is reality of life. Maybe you ignored someone. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you had met with someone, you become friends with them. They suggested you about something, and that incorporation of that particular decision changed your entire life. Even take Toastmaster as an example. Maybe you meet someone. They suggested you about Toastmasters. And you said, in just 5 seconds, you said yes. And now you're sitting in a Toastmaster meeting. Not as a guest. Maybe you could be in the executive committee. You could be Namita. You could be distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh. Because everyone has to go through that 5 seconds wherein they take a decision of coming here. And that's what happens in life. So there are 5-second movements, different kind of 5-second movements. One is the hesitation, where you almost take a decision. Like you said, you almost said yes. You almost said no. You almost stood your hands up during the table topic contest, but you didn't. At that time, it might feel like a regular maybe, let's do it next time. But it quietly closes the door you weren't even aware was opened. Think about it. And then there are 5-second movement that significantly impacts your life. So one fine day, our mate decided not to come. And what we decided? We decided let's go eat outside. And that's when a brilliant idea came into my mind. I said, let's go to trampoline park. Let's have some fun. We'll have some fun and then we'll go for lunch. What a brilliant idea. Everyone agreed. We went to a trampoline park and we started jumping. Of course, I was better than everyone else. I started jumping. I did a backflip. I did a front flip. I felt invincible. I felt like the king of wood until there was a wrong turn. I was landing, but my ankle got a little bit twisted and I landed on twisted ankle. And that's when I heard a crackling sound. That's when I realized I got a fracture. And a trip to trampoline park turned into a fracture story. And I had to go to hospital instead of lunch. So that's what happens. And after I got back to my home, I was always wondering, what if the maid had come that day? What if I had ordered something from Zomato? What if I didn't come up with the idea of going to the trampoline park? But you can't do anything now. Life is all about those 5 seconds of decision that you've already taken, and it shapes up your entire life. It completely shapes up your life. And that is when I realized life rarely changes on big, dramatic decisions. It changes on small yes, small no, a pause, a step forward, maybe a step backward, and maybe accidentally meeting with someone, becoming their best friend, following their suggestion and changing the direction of your life. Maybe accidentally meeting your better half, who might not only impact your own life, but the lives of your child, your grandchild, your entire generations. That has a significant impact. Think about it. Now, I will give you something better to think. Think of the moment, that 5-second moment that has made you land where you are right now, where you're standing or maybe sitting right now. And then think of a 5-second decision that you can take today that your future self would be thankful of. Because life doesn't change in years. It changes in 5 seconds. Choose yours wisely. Thank you.
I had no idea of the speeches today, but everything is aligned with my mod session. And I'm just wondering, Namita, you have to say something. I'll give you a line that you have to include in your this thing. Okay, I would like to ask 1 or 2 people amongst you who are open about sharing one of your goals. If you can.
Goals?
Yeah. Future goals, please. Sachin, please.
One of my goals is to do camping by a lake or nearby mountain in New Zealand.
What's the feeling like?
I want to experience that beautiful surrounding over there.
But what state would you be in?
Once you're there, just imagine you're there.
I have no idea. Be happy.
Happy? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please.
5 muscle ups.
What would you feel?
Topic
What
कर
state
लेगा
would you
भाई.
be?
Invincible, I'll feel invincible.
Don't do that. Anyone else? Yes, please.
Mine is very similar to Sachin's. I want a cafe in Italy.
Cafe in Italy. And what would it make you feel like? What state would you be in?
I think I'd enjoy the slow life there.
Slow life. Okay. So the reason I asked you this question is like, when you have a goal, you're chasing for that goal. One day when I achieve those goals, at that point of time, I'd be feeling something. I'd be in that state. I'll feel confident when something like that happens. I'll feel invincible when that happens. The question that comes to mind is, what stops you now?
That's it.
There was nothing about money that was needed. That's why I asked you the state. Even money gives you a state.
Yes.
And you can be in that state right now. A river,
Global situation right now.
the feeling, the state.
Feeling. I don't think
at least what I want.
So,
I can
what did you mention? What state would you be in?
slow like this, you know, very slow.
How is that related to money at all? Because you can feel.
That's not related to money, but I don't think living in India I can.
Why not? Himachal mein chale
There
jao, Ladakh
are
chale jao.
loads of places where you
Arunachal chale
can
jao.
live in a very slow pace. You can go to Chandigarh for that. It's close by.
I think there is a lack of connection between the plan and the execution. Like whatever she or he has made a goal, in their state of mind, they have to be very clear how they are going to execute it. No matter if the plan keeps diverting, but
That
there
is
should
true.
be there
That
should
is
be
true.
a direction.
But my question was to lead to a state that you can achieve right now. You don't have to have external conditions to be satisfied before you can feel that way. A river doesn't have to merge with the ocean first and then need to know that I can flow. It can flow and eventually it will merge into the ocean. Let's say you want to be a confident speaker, right? I want to create a big impact. I want to have a stadium full of people listening to me. But does that stop me from being impactful right now in these 25 people? I can do it right now. I can prepare my speech like that. I can speak with that conviction right now. Even when I know that there are no 100,000 people out there. I'll get there eventually. I'll give you tickets also. A sculptor looks at a stone and sees the sculpture. There is a saying, there is a quote I don't know, I don't want to screw that quote, but it says, whenever you are looking forward for something, there are two times you see it. Once internally and then externally. So when the sculptor is looking, he has this vision of a sculpture within that stone. Every blow, every strike of the hammer and the chisel is moving towards that inner scene. You have to see it beforehand inside. Your nervous system learns by experience. Effort reduces, resistance softens. The paradox that most people live with is I will get to that state, I will achieve that first and then I'll feel aligned. Actually, in the quantum world, if anybody is interested, in the quantum world, which this universe is made of, it happens before the alignment is done first, and then you can recognize the success in front of you. Let me invite the fourth speaker, Toastmaster Namita. And before I can call Toastmaster Namita, I would like to call her evaluator, Toastmaster Siddharth.
Cool. Good morning, everyone. Today I have the privilege to evaluate Namita, who is also the president of our club. So her path is. Sorry.
I
think you have to behave well behaved.
Her path is motivational strategies level 3 project 3. I don't think I'm supposed to say the speech title.
No. Don't you dare.
So I am not going to say anything on that. But she wants me to evaluate on nothing specific as such. Just the storytelling and all the general parameters.
Specific, nothing specific, then you went specific.
But I try to evaluate her on all the general parameters. Thank you.
Thank you. Little bit about Toastmaster Namita. She is a business storyteller, helping people speak with conviction using stories. The speech title is Boardroom Drama. Boardroom Drama, Toastmaster Namita.
Yeah, no need to crush my hand every time.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Alright, so welcome everyone to the board meeting of the GTMC Private Limited. And as usual, in the capacity of your beloved CEO, I'll be presenting the year-end results. But what's not as usual today is today's agenda. So whatever agenda printouts are lying on your tables, you can just tear those out. Whatever meeting notes you've prepared, just delete those or throw your laptops away, for I could care less. Alright? Department heads who are present here, please keep your eyes and ears open throughout the meeting. And whatever CTAs come out of today's meeting, I want those actioned within this week. Got it? Cause I will not repeat twice. Now, let me take you back to the start of the year when in front of the same bunch of people, our CFO Sharma presented the projected profit target, which was an over-optimistic 12%. And the only person who challenged this target in this current market scenario is standing right in front of you. And I even wonder why we have Sharma as our CFO. Today, I walked over to the finance department and I see Sharma there standing with the financial results in his hand. And you know what the results are? It is not 12%. It is not. It is 14%. And yes, hold on. Sharma left no opportunity to rub that on my face. But let me grill you further, because this 14% is coming at a cost. A cost you guys cannot bear to hear. It is terrifying. So let's see how this 14% got into the picture. Let's move to our sales head. Our sales head who had all the resources in the world to achieve their targets. But in our most important and significant and critical pitch to the Singhanias, our sales head lost it to our competition. So, Mr. Sales Head, we need a meeting with your team in this week to revise our sales pitch. But losing it to Singhanias was a blessing in disguise, because we all know what happened to Singhanias in the market. They went bankrupt. But we can't be thanking our stars every time for this savior. It was a legal lag. So Goyal, our legal head, we need to revisit our client due diligence, and you know what to do next. A meeting with your team this week. And guys, when I say this week, that does not has Friday included. Please don't spoil my Friday and yours with these meetings. So now you're wondering, we had sales lag, we had legal lags, and still 14%? How is that? That brings me to my favorite topic, and that is our innovation child, AI. Yes, we were leading in the industry to automate all our processes, and we successfully did that, automating it by 90%, which brought down our costs by 30%. And then there is a fear amongst our employees when I speak of this adopted child of mine, AI. A fear which is genuine, a fear that is valid. And when it comes to taking certain hard decisions, I will not flinch. When it comes to taking those decisions which are valuable to our company, taking those decisions which are costing to our company. And what is costing to our company, what is valuable to our company, is that we cannot afford to lose our precious employees to this brutal market, and hence I announce right now that there will be an additional, apart from the year-end bonuses for all employees at all levels. Yeah, and the HR will be sending that mail to all of you within this week before Friday, because Friday will be our offsite. And hence, keep no meetings on this Friday to spoil your day and my day. And yes, before I leave this and couldn't grill you further, there is one task that I was given to make this meeting memorable, because all my life I have seen yawning faces staring at the slides to those boring numbers. But let me tell you, each of those numbers carry a story, and let no one forget that. Bring your story to every 10%, 12% and 14% that you bring here, because every number has the story of your work, your vision, your values that you bring to work every day. So you love me or hate me as your CEO, but you don't forget me. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Namita, for reminding why I left job. So now we have probably understood a little bit about our goals. Goals are not destinations. One day I will reach there and I'll finally be happy. Goals are devices. They are tools that transform us on our way. Any mountaineer? You are also a mountaineer? Okay. When you are standing on the base, your only vision is looking at the peak. I will eventually get there. But can you help me out here? What happens on your path? Like anything that you see, anything that changes you, or any sort of revelation that comes to you?
I think after every 30 or 40 minutes, the scenery changes and that gives you a motivation.
Brilliant. Is this similar to your experience?
Initially, it looks like we have to climb on this big mountain, but once you reach halfway and when you look back, that you have already covered so much, and it gives you kind of motivation again that how beautiful it would look like when you're at the top. So the change that you are getting, it kind of inspires you to look beyond and go on the top.
Thank you. Anyone else who has, if not mountaineering, can you think of anything that you have a goal towards, and in this process you get some more insights? Anybody would want to share that? Please.
Yeah, so I had a goal to be healthy and in a state where I can at least be maybe less than 18% body fat. And
like me.
Yeah, like you. And during the journey, I've been training from last 10 years. I lost weight, gained weight back again once I had the kid. And during the journey, I realized what actually our body needs from us, and everybody is different, and everybody responds differently. Metabolism, how does it affect to us? What are we supposed to eat? What are we not supposed to eat? And during the journey, I mean, instead of focusing just on the goal, when you do the steps as per the journey, one day or after another, the goal becomes very minute, and you end up achieving larger results.
Thank you. Sorry, please.
When I paint, when I see somebody else's work and try to incorporate it myself, I have a vision. But throughout the time I'm painting, the stroke that I am making, the stroke that the artist is making, we are doing the same thing, but the results are so different. I'm seeing something that is evolving in my eyes, and it just becomes out of this world. That feeling, and obviously the result is not the same. It's my world, and it's good.
There is a common thread that I saw. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, and again you can. What I have written on my piece of paper is exactly the same thing. You know, when we have this, like any climber, when he's at the base, he's thinking that I have to reach that peak, and that's all I have to do. But as we progress, we see maybe, like you mentioned, the scenery is different. you see that your breath is changing. You also notice that you notice something about yourself, like you mentioned. You get to know about yourself. Who am I in this process? Sometimes when you think about goals and achieving them, it's not just about the destination. It is who you become, who you transform into. That is the most crucial part. You get to know about yourself. That's the fifth stage. You evolve with the goals. And the last one is detachment. Now, I am not saying don't do any action. I'm not saying sit idle. I'm not saying you become careless or give up. All I'm saying is, if you want to achieve any goal, and this comes from a personal experience. In fact, last night I was speaking to somebody about the same thing. Loosen your grip. If you have this grip so tight, so hooked on to this goal, most likely you'll not be able to achieve it. If you have sand in your hand, the tighter your grip, it will pour out from the gaps between your fingers. But if you want the sand to be remaining in your hand, you have to loosen the grip. It stays. When you are attached to this goal so closely, what happens is every delay would feel like a failure. Every obstacle would feel very personal. And because we are so attached to these goals, our identity is so much attached that if from the KPI list, if anything is not matching, it comes on to our identity. Who am I if I'm not achieving these goals? Am I a failure? Am I a loser? Am I this? Am I that? Right? Versus, if you are attached loosely, you are still committed, but you're not consumed. You can act fully, but your identity is not getting attached. And then the failure becomes your fuel, and every setback becomes your teacher. So I'm not saying in your progression or your movement towards your goal is bad. Move towards your goal, but don't lose your identity over it. Real victory is not achieving the goals. No matter how much we say, eventually I will get there and then I will feel happy. The real achievement is not achieving the goals. It is who you become in this process that makes more sense. Thank you so much for listening to me. And I'll be finished with this. I would hand out the stage to the Toastmaster, the DTM of the day, who is it? Shruti. Toastmaster Shruti. Please welcome Toastmaster Shruti. Chocolates?
प्रॉब्लम दिख रहा है वो
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So, have you ever buy something and wondered later, why did you even buy this?
Yes.
That's the magic of advertising. So now let's step into the world of marketers, where creativity sells, confidence convinces, and even the most useless thing becomes so irresistible. Welcome to the table topic. Sell like a pro. So, what you have to do today, you will be given a funny and unusual product. Your task is to give it a catchy name, describe its features, and most importantly, you have to convince us to buy it. And you will be given a theme, like it may be a style, it may be Bollywood, news channel, cartoon, anyone of this. Okay, so who would like to start this matching?
It's a busy start हुआ शीता वही कर
नहीं आप नहीं करो यार
Was it planned?
आप बहुत बार हाई सेट कर देते हो
That's all. So who would like to come first? Please come. So your topic is a dream pillow. Wow. That guarantees dreams of your choice.
Don't go to
Your style will be luxury brand. You can calm down your voice, premium feel you can give, and experience and comfort that you never get before.
Yeah, but it's dreams of my choice.
Dreams of your choice.
Not exactly, something which is applicable to them.
I won't make it that way, don't worry. Not every time I'm choosing that style.
But sometimes.
But sometimes definitely. Okay, can I go ahead?
Yeah.
The Louis Vuitton of pillows. Yes, it's the Pillow Soft. That's the name I came up with. Because what do you expect when you want something luxurious? You know, you want a France name, you want something that, you know, brings you back to luxury. But to be honest, I like to keep it simple. KISS. And that's one of the fundamental theories that I've read all through my engineering courses and all through my professional life. But what it does give you is it does give you premium feel, extreme good sleep, and dreams of your choice. Imagine you just want to explore something, you know, explore something that is adventurous. Maybe you want to climb that mountain. Maybe you want to make that promotion. Maybe you want to feel like the billionaire. Maybe you want to go to some island, let me not be naming. But then you can do all of that. And there would be no repercussions, nothing. It's a dream and you would get over it just like nothing happened. And this is something that a lot of us would give millions to. They would sell their lives to. Imagine in the good scenarios, say your daughter is very sick and you want to take her out to some good dinners which she cannot do. That pillow just might tell. Reality is difficult, guys. Reality gives you hardships. Reality gives you situations. Reality gives you constraint. This pillow, it doesn't give you any constraint. It liberates you in whatever fashion, whatever way you want to it. Now it's your decision to come and live your dreams. Thank you.
Guys, would you like to buy this pillow? How many of you would like to buy?
Need to know the cost first.
And what island did you mention?
Very Who will come next? Any guest? Please come. Okay. So your product is useless phone. Okay.
Useless.
Advertise a phone that only works when you don't need it. Okay. So your style will be breaking news channel. You can give
Chances
some
on a job.
shocking innovation.
Like first, give the example. Like in what situation can we use that?
Shocking innovation just launched.
Okay. So
Breaking news.
Yeah. So one of the things that I would like to start with is something that has also happened in the past. Do any of you remember Freedom 251?
Yes.
There was a
Yes.
phone 10 years back where they launched the phone at I think 900 rupees or 500 rupees or something like that.
251.
Right? 251 rupees. Yes. So my pitch is very similar to that. I believe that there will be a phone which I should not say useless, by the way. I would say that the phone is coming up with all the useful features, and again coming up with maybe with the inflation it costs 500 rupees now. So you are getting a good phone at 500 rupees and it's coming as a breaking news at Arnab's channel or any other channel. And in terms of features and the usefulness, I would say that if you want to call somebody, it would give you the pictures of somebody. It would, if you want to have a video call with somebody, you can get the audio call done. And in this manner, the phone is useful, but it will always be innovative. It will surprise you to an extent that you would like to feel, okay, is this the really thing that I wanted? But then you would be surprised even further to know that it works for good 3 days. And maybe you want to buy it, maybe you don't. But then that's the phone that we will be pitching. And again, it's a breaking news, that's what I say.
Okay, thank you. Who would
welcome. Your topic is a smart alarm clock. Sell an alarm clock that negotiate with you to wake up. Your style is kids cartoon. Fun voice, you can use playful tone and exhilarating actions.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here to sell you a masterpiece. It's called the what is it?
Smart alarm.
Smart alarm. So it basically negotiates with you. If you are not willing to wake up, it'll turn back time. So that's what happens to me. When I wake up early in the morning, when I put an alarm, let's say I put a 7 a.m. alarm, I wake up, I felt like sleeping. I hit the snooze button and all of a sudden I reach 8 a.m. or maybe 9 a.m. So what's the solution for this? The solution is going back in time. And that's what this smart alarm does. As soon as you put the snooze button, it turns back time. Maybe 1 hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. It's totally up to you. So come here, buy this masterpiece. It'll be helping you out with all the time related issues that you have. You would never get late to a Toastmaster meeting. You would never be late for an office meeting. And it costs just 2 lakhs. Not much. You can sell your car. You can risk it all. Because to live is to risk it all. Otherwise, you're just an inert piece of randomly assembled molecule drifting where the universe blows you. Thank you.
Okay, any Toastmaster who would like to come? Any guest who would like to come now? Your topic is a healthy burger. So promote a burger that makes you healthy instantly. Your style will be influential or Instagram reels.
This would sell well. You don't even have to sell it.
Healthy burger.
Healthy burger.
Yeah. I'm already sold.
How many of you have already sold?
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. For the remaining of you, introducing HB. This is a new brand that we have created. Healthy burgers. How many of you actually look at the content, the protein content, the calorie content, the fat, and all that, and when you eat anything? Only one? Good, that makes selling easier. Welcome to Healthy Burger. What is Healthy Burger? Healthy Burger is a burger wherein in every piece of bite that you take, you get at least 1 gram of protein. No, that's actually a lot. Like, you need at least, like, your protein content for the day should be equal to your body weight. And this substitutes to 30% of your body weight at a price which is lesser than whey protein. Welcome to Healthy Burger. What you can do? You can pass it on to anyone. You don't like junk food? Your mom is not happy? No worries. Introducing Healthy Burger. Ganesh is already very convinced and engrossed. So I'm not here to convince you anymore. But welcome to Healthy Burger. Today, after the meeting, you will go to Wendy's downstairs and you try to take a burger. I would suggest you not to take it. It is not a healthy burger. Because this is the burger that you want. This is the burger that you deserve for working so hard. Next time when your mom tells you are ordering junk food and don't order junk food, tell them you're not ordering junk food anymore. You're ordering
Healthy burger.
Healthy burger. The brand recall is already here. The next is I need to post reels on Instagram. For that I'll need a few people to help with. Sachin's hair will help me with that. But having said that, welcome to Healthy Burger. Healthy Burger. The most random.
I'll try now.
Last speaker.
I'll try that.
So you have to sell a homework bag. So advertise a school bag that does homework on its own. Your style can be Bollywood dramatics.
It's okay.
is your child really not getting time to actually sleep or even work and play with friends? Because there is so much homework, useless homework that every child does. That is not good. So what we have done, you can look at the color. This is Ranveer Singh's most favorite color, the pink color. And also look at the different aspects of it. So these are like different buttons. So what you do is just take a bunch of paper, put it inside, and there is a small human being sitting inside who actually does But time to time, you also have to feed it. But don't worry, because it is a tiny human being, it doesn't need much. So as you can see over here, this is the place where you just drip feed some water. But if you want extra efficiency, you have to give it some sugar. So over here, don't worry, just get some Gatorade and just pour it there with some extra coke involved in it, and then you'll see the homework going really fast. So as a child, just think what your life would be like. You just put the paper in and you just tap the bag so that the little human inside your bag just wakes up and then it starts working, so you don't even have to bother. Next time when you are in front of your teacher, you just take confident, you can open the zip, you don't have to be worried that Miss Briganza will scold you, and you can just say, ma'am, I'm the first one. See, मैं आ गया. With the homework भी ready हो गया. That's the bag. I hope your children will like it. Thank you.
Teachers won't.
Teachers.
No, done.
That's not.
It's island in the making.
Okay, thank you guys. I hope few products could be sold. Would you like to nominate for them? Which one would you like to buy?
Healthy burger, huh? So don't even have to sell it itself is.
Thank you so much.
Alright.
I would like to call upon our general
Remote red button.
पहले मुझे ये बताओ ये कौन अंग्रेज है जिसको लाइन की स्पेलिंग नहीं आती चेंज कर दो किसी ने
Toastmasters,
Tanika.
non-judgmental zone.
Lord,
Yeah.
जी हटा दिया
Please do not pick it.
हाँ ऐड कर दो मैं लग रहा
What's happening to you guys?
चैट जीपीटी करेगा ना जनरेटिव क्वेश्चंस
चेंज कर
हटा
दो
दिया ना
हाँ इसलिए हटा दिया
Lovely, what an innovative way of handling these topics. Ladies and gentlemen, as they say that feedback is the breakfast for champions, and for all the speakers here and for all the role players, if the feedback is not given, then you're just going with whatever version of yourself that you entered this room with. To get that level a notch above, or to take that feedback and implement them for your several other roles. To become a true Toastmaster, we are here to provide you with some constructive feedback. We will commence with the evaluators for the prepared speeches. May I please invite evaluator Ishita to please give the feedback to Toastmaster Alisa.
Hi everyone, I'm back. Alright, so this is going to be a different evaluation than what is expected in Toastmaster, because your speech was very unexpected and not what we have heard I have never heard that kind of a speech. It was like a prose to Frank Sinatra's song. It was a timeless. And the best part was, you have lived through it. When you were reading it, we all could feel that you meant and have lived through each of that word or the lyrics from that song. So thank you for introducing all of us who have not heard of that song. And I'm going to definitely go and listen to that song again. From the Toastmasters point of view, we would have appreciated that you would have added some more color, personal story that could have brought us onto your journey and your inspiration and what you have learned through your life. That would have been really helpful. Overall, I could see the life that you have led with so much of courage. So thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you.
She covered most of it. We've generally seen very set, prepared speeches, something like that you started, you have a connection with the audience, but this was such a profound and different one and has given us to everyone idea that one can go this way as well, rather than just, going a stereotype way. So thank you, and I'm sure I have already downloaded the song, The Way. We will all do it and listen. Thank you so much for that. But with a seasoned speaker coming in here and not utilizing that 5 minutes, as Rishita, correctly said, you would have just, kind of taken us to another world, but this was short and crisp, and thank you for that. To give a feedback to our next speaker, may I please invite Toastmaster Abhijit to give feedback for Toastmaster Dikshita.
Honestly, this past couple of days, whenever I take evaluation, I'm getting very good speakers, and I don't really have such cons to give to them. So Dikshita told me to evaluate her on stage presence, expression, and hand gestures. Honestly, they were excellent. The way you were delivering your story was very connecting. It was getting flowed through. At least I understood the intent of it. But from Toastmasters' perspective, we of course have to give some improvement points. So one of the improvement points was there was lack of engagement. When you are delivering to a lot of people, if you could just engage the audience a bit more, such that they feel they are a part of the story, that would have been more beneficial. You started off with a very good, going back to the Lahe Lahe, and then you made a full circle coming back to Lahe Lahe at the end of the day. But then if you could have made the audience engage with questions, with any hand gestures, with a story that would have connected a bit more. Rest, it was a very personal story. It had vulnerability, it had learnings, and it of course made a full circle, which is very brilliant. But then from the improvement point of perspective, there are a few suggestions. One is engagement. Second is the story could have been a bit more dramatic. Although from dramatic feel, I'm not telling you that the hand gestures or the way you delivered it, that is not where I'm getting at. It's the story that could have been made more dramatic. And to end this with, you did manage to come forward and close with the message, a part that I really liked, and you did make a complete circle, and you did end with something the audience can take back with themselves. And of course, let's slow down and let's appreciate your very speech, Lahe Lahe.
Very well covered. I just have one addition to make here. What I thought would take your speech to another level would be, I felt that initially there was a lot of movement, though I know that you wanted to show that excitement, she wanted to show that excitement, that what she did and how she was initially when her mom had to say that pause for a moment. So what happens is that when you're doing too much rapid movement, you're not able to connect to one audience at a time. Like I say, always deliver one dialogue looking at one eye or two eyes or one person, right? So that's one thing, because then how profound your speech is, how good your vocabulary is, that movement somehow dilutes it. And also, what I have read somewhere, and I think I try to implement it, is consider that you have a table somewhere here and stand around the table and try to have your hand movements, kind of appreciate it whenever, move it up whenever you want the audience to pay attention to something. Whenever you want to calm something down, then bring those hands up, because there's an invisible table there that gives you that kind of a support, but very well covered. To give the feedback on Toastmaster Satya, may I please invite Toastmaster Ganesh to throw some light and some.
So as Satyam asked me to evaluate on particular things like delivery, body language, voice modulation and relatability. So I'll be sharing over these points, whatever the suggestion that I have. For relatability, you asked good questions at the beginning, and also you give real life examples which were relatable. And in body language, your body language was open, you were showing the hand gestures, moving here and there, so I felt confident at that time. And then for delivery, you were voice was loud and clear, and the message was also impactful. The voice modulation was also there, and at certain point I will share in the recommendation. And you used pauses also when you were sharing that leg fracture example. At that point you shared took the pause, so that was impactful. And in recommendation, I remember I once said you that whenever you stand, you lean back like this. But now it is quite improved, but there is still some little bit alignment was there. So I think I would suggest you to work on that. And then only use certain portion of the stage. You were here and here only. You would have used the other portion also. So I think that was missing. So at last, commendation will be body language was exceptional, and you used voice modulation also, and the elements to build the relatability was also there. But I would like to challenge you on one thing, that I noticed some monotonousness in your voice at certain point. So I would request you to record your speech and notice where it is getting monotonous and how you can improve that to make more impactful. So that is it from my side.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ganesh. Toastmaster Satyam, I think he's covered everything and I don't have any point to add to it. And if you could look into the recommendation part, you can take it to some other level altogether. Inviting Toastmaster Siddharth to give feedback for Toastmaster Namita.
All the world's a stage. Anyone wants to complete this?
You are the actors.
Welcome to the boardroom drama. The thing about good speakers like Namita is that the drama starts before the speech. It started with when I asked her for what do I want you to evaluate? What do you want me to evaluate on?
Nothing specific.
Nothing specific as such. This mystery leads us to the boardroom drama. Namita, as a speaker, based on my experiences here in the club, she was obviously before me, I've seen her play different roles. I've seen her grow as a speaker from time to time, right from being crazy after Hrithik Roshan to now playing the role of a CEO. I've seen her progress right from the voice modulation that she had initially to using the stage overall. And she creates drama. Drama is not always a negative word. Abhijit agrees.
Yeah, I
But yeah. But let us evaluate the speech. The speech is deeper than it looks. I will evaluate her on her content and delivery, which for me is what matters. And when we look at the content, it started right from throwing our laptops and notes. At one point, I was convinced because I was taking my notes on the laptop. That is the confidence of the speaker we are listening to today. She commanded the room like anything. And look at the structure. She created this mystery of what happens exactly in the boardroom. Only few of us are privileged to be a part of a boardroom, and all of us were privileged today. The nuances in her speech, she used Sharma ji. She used the sales head. All of us have a stereotype regarding Sharma ji in our life. And she used that. And she purposely gave the CFO that name. So the structure of the speech from 12% to 14% and how the twists were plotted was all bang on. A few recommendations that I have is, I would have loved, Namita, if you would have paused a little in the transitions, 12% to 14% to, so that everyone can grasp. And secondly, the movement from sales head to AI to CFO and everything in between. I think that would have been great. So pauses are actually, I feel, great performances are also highlighted by the pauses. For example, if I say something right now and if I take a pause, you'll see you said something great, which may not actually be the case, but at least gives that impression. So that, I think, is a mark of a good speaker, which Namita will obviously work on. But overall, if I see her transition and if I see the speech and the message she wants to deliver and the boardroom we are a part of, we were all part of drama. Because let's be honest, we love drama. And this speech was, so to say, an example of what happens exactly in a boardroom and what can happen in a Toastmaster room if the speech is delivered in a very dramatic way. Coming to a few last points I want to make. I think when it comes to the content, just one point I want to highlight is how you connected everything to the relevance which is AI in today's world and how it can improve costs. This is what I'm trying to convince my manager as well. The last thing I want to say that you said not to repeat twice, and I won't repeat any other thing except the fact that it was an outstanding speech.
Couldn't agree more with you, Toastmaster Siddhant. Outstanding, and I don't have to add anything, just to learn and take away from your speech was something which I'm going to note in my diary and take it. Forward, moving on to our auxiliary role players who played and who ensured that you use the right usage, that the flow was right on time, and that you also were listening carefully to them. Inviting a timer to tell you how well you people were on track. Toastmaster Vishnu.
So I'm back with my report, and all the speakers were, no one exceeded the time. Toastmaster Ajay Mehra's speech was little less than the allotted time, 4 minutes 18 seconds. Amongst the table topic speakers, all were within the time. And all the evaluators, 2 of the evaluators, Ishita and Abhijit, they finished before the time, so good for us. And Siddhant exceeded the time by 14 seconds, 3 minutes 44 seconds. And the teamwork session by Bhavish was about 3 speeches long, so it's not his error. I think it's the education team needs to maybe give a proper, timetable around how it has to be done. So that's it. I think we'll move on to the next one.
Thank you. May I please invite Toastmaster Sachin to highlight some good grammar, good vocabulary, and where we need improvement.
Thank you, TM Ruchira. I must acknowledge that today was one of the best sessions. We had really good speakers, and most importantly, we had a great team on session. And at the start of the meeting, I said I was looking forward to what is aligned means and those beautiful dots. And one beautiful thing that I noticed, and this is maybe you can relate it with grammar, and this is the first time I've seen when somebody writes something, and when they start to denote what is this A mean, what is this another letter mean, they usually go like this. I mean, like they start from here and they go like this. This is the first time, guys. This is the first time that I've ever seen somebody start like, okay, this means this. I would not make it dirty, rather I would go like here. What is this L means? And no, I wouldn't again make it dirty. I would go like what I means. And this is a great learning. I think I'm gonna take away from today's this thing. Bhavish would never know that somebody could take out of this my handwriting. Yeah, but this is the thing that you can look over something and point something out. That was my learning. But apart from that, looking over some good uses of the words today's meeting, they were nuances. Nuances is a very, very used word. And when you use that, it makes your speech and your speaking a bit more enhanced. So make sure you use that more often. Contended, it was one of the good words. Inevitable from Bhavish. Invincible, Satya mentioned. Blessing in disguise, very good phrase. Idioms, I don't know, what is blessing in disguise? Phrase from Namita. Flinch, that's a very good word. And we should quite use it. Not just like nod, okay. You would just forget when you step out of this room about these words. I think you should jot it down somewhere, maybe note down. I don't know, like this is something we can do. Note down on your phone or anywhere. Profound, that was a very good word. But there are chances that you miss out on. Maybe you use wrong use of words. Somebody used you stood your hands up, but we don't say that. You should rather say you raise your hands up. And somebody used a wrong tense by mentioning you give good example. Rather, there should be a past tense. You gave a really good example. We should be mindful about our tenses. We should speak slow and look over where we are doing our tenses correct or not. Somebody used it is quite improved. Rather, that person should have mentioned about it has quite improved. Again, there was a miss in the tenses. Other than that, there were a lot of good words. What I mentioned, I would again go through that. Nuances, contented, inevitable, invincible, blessing in disguise, flinch. That's the best one that I found. Profound. Detachment, of course, that's good in itself. It was a great session. Ruchira used one time this idiom of the day, and nobody used word of the day. It's fine, usually not. But the learning out of it should be that we should keep improving our x in the function y is equal to f of x. And there were no use of bad grammar as such. So kudos to all. Thank you.
Consolidated, and I think that's a great precedent can look into it. That's a great suggestion. All these good words that I use, if we can have a little kind of I won't say a dictionary or a thesaurus, but something where we can keep noting it down, and maybe end of a meeting, whenever, not end of the meeting also, but we've been here for years and months now. But that would be a little Bible for us to carry. And it's not just the words that you are noting down, it's meaning. I think the real learning and how you brush up your languages to keep using those words in different scenarios. And that's what if we do, that would be a great initiative. I mean, you can take it. Thank you for that. And last but not the least, as I always say, may I please invite our active listener to now assess you on your understanding. Our counter, I'm sorry, my God. Our counter, Anish.
I'm ready with my report. So starting with TMOD, R 2 times, you know 1 time, and speakers Ajay Mehra sir, no filler word. Dikshita again no filler word. Satyam 2 times R, Sto 2 times, Namita no filler word, and evaluator Ishita 1 time R, 1 time so, Abhijit 2 times R, 1 time so, Ganesh more than 5 times R, and more than 2 to 3 times 1 time so, and Siddhant 2 to 3 times R, and Shuchi no filler words, Ruchira no filler words, Sachin more than 2 to 3 times R, and 2 times, and that's it.
Thank you. I know you guys have been so alert noting these down. But that's what we need to just improve upon it. As I say, sound it intentional, pause, smile. I have done it, but we forget as soon as we are here, and that's what Toastmaster platform is all about. So be here, show up more, so that we, kind of get our R's and clutch words into minimal. Inviting our active listener, Toastmaster Kanika. I was expecting some chocolates.
I think
Do
she
you
was
have
eating
that?
some chocolates.
3 wishes were horses.
नहीं बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
Who will open it?
कमीशन नहीं लेने का.
And the opener gets one.
नहीं बोला ना कमीशन नहीं लेने का.
Whoever doesn't eat the chocolates, let me know. I will have it on your behalf.
Okay. Should I take one?
No.
No? No. I'll just put.
Not in front of you. Keep it front of Namita.
Yeah.
Sachin. Start. Alicia to just breathe here and then here. Equal shot. Okay.
So I'm. And then just breathe this.
I'm with this extra chocolate.
Let's see who has concentrated to properly hear and who will get the goodies. I will be starting. I do have one chocolate for one person who won't be able to divide, so try to answer it. What was the song name which was mentioned by Ajay Mehra sir and who sang it?
My way, Frank Sinatra. That's not good.
There was 5 minutes.
Yeah, you go ahead until this chocolate finishes.
ये तो खुद ले जाएगी सब.
This is the filling the blanks. Noise dash your ego and inner calling dash you down. Noise dash your ego and inner calling dash you down. It's a filling the blanks.
Down. क्यों जवाब दे रहे हो?
Noise dash your ego and inner.
Elevates your ego.
Sorry.
It elevates your ego.
Okay.
I can give you some
Yeah, please. The second one. And inner calling dash you down.
calms you down. आधी दे दो.
रैपर मिल सकता है.
Noise excites your ego and inner calling calms you down. And inner calling calms you down. It's from the Sachin's speech. Where did they went when the maid was not here?
Thank you.
But anyhow, please give it.
यार ये फेयर नहीं है ये जसप्रीत पहले बोल दे ठीक है ये तो मिलेगा नहीं बोल देने का.
Be quick.
How much was the cost which was brought down by Namita in her speech?
Cost 30%.
30%, right.
30%. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
कितना दिया?
Full form. This is written by me by mistake. I missed the G.
आप अगर ठीक है.
Now change the question. What does that G means? The missed one. You did it intentionally.
I will go.
I want the full form.
I will go.
Awareness listen.
हाँ बोलो.
Generative questions.
लिखा ही हुआ है.
दे दो यार कोई फीड नहीं कर सकता.
She has already written. Okay, so in the whole process or in the last closing note mentioned by Pavish, when you became, what you become in this whole process?
Alive.
Self-aware.
Last question.
4 minute हो गए. Self-aware.
Who you become at the end of the journey. Like
And what it gives you. The whole process makes you that yes, this is I have won.
Detached.
Detachment from
Put the
who?
full form down.
You become Bhavesh.
You get the real victory. Yes, I have completed that full part.
ये किसने लिया? ऐसा नहीं भाई वापस रखो.
What is the answer?
Real victory.
Real victory. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, and thank you for not even blinking your eye. You had the
चॉकलेट ले
answer.
जाओ उड़ जाएगा सब.
And okay, so I'll just conclude
Time was
today's Toastmaster meeting.
Time was
Thank you all for being here, and you all witnessed some great speeches, some insightful, constructive feedback by our evaluators and by our auxiliaries. The meeting started on time. 2 minutes, as per Indian Standard Time, is minuscule and negligible. We should avoid that. Saab had set the meeting to a warm tone, and I think his smile and his confidence gave us that confidence to all the speakers and all the people present here. Toastmaster Namita, as usual, I mean, she comes with a bang and she leaves with a bang. It's a thoughtful bang, so that it keeps you thinking. Timot, wow. I think
I have to confess here and kind of make myself vulnerable to say enough that this was the first time that I took notes from T-Mod, and of course the song, apart from the song that I downloaded while sitting there. So thank you all. Just few recommendations from my side. Something that I have noticed, right, it's just been a year now that I have completed in the Toastmaster journey. I have seen that whenever a stage is handed over, it should be handed over with a firm handshake. And what we've also done is we've always called out the name of the speaker, followed by the theme of the speech, and then the theme, and then the name. Okay, which is something that I have missed over a few months here. I mean, not that I have been very regular, but if we maintain certain things which set a formal setting here, that would be good for us and for our club. Another is be a little mindful of the topics, of a few words that you're using here, because it sounds very inappropriate in a formal setting. Something like what the hell, screw, these kind of things should be, I know they don't come intentionally, but they should be avoided, and we should be a little mindful of that. Yeah, for a timer, I just have a request. I saw that you were very, very particular with raising your cards up, but if you could just raise it up for a couple of seconds, because at times the speaker was not catching the eye with the card. So it was like here and here. I don't know why that conscious, because a red card should, at least the green card should go up for a few seconds to give a speaker a little, time to wind up the speech. And and last one is that whenever the feedback is given, what I have seen that the feedback is, of course, for the speaker, but others who are sitting here should also benefit from it. So if you, instead of saying that Toastmaster Dikshita, your speech was like this, if you say that she, instead of saying you did it, if you say that she did a superb and a wonderful job in that and should have been like this. So you're talking to the audience so that there's a takeaway for them also. Overall, a wonderful meeting. Thank you all for being here, and we have more guests than the members today, and would like to see these guests signing up for the formal membership. Thank you, everyone. Over to Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ruchira, for a well-rounded evaluation. We missed your evaluation, and we missed you in the meetings. All right. So if you could check your WhatsApp groups, there would be forms rolled out for the nominations of the best role players, best speakers, best evaluators. So please do take out a few minutes to cast your votes there. And do I need to do a rounds up for the speakers, or you're aware? Speakers, evaluators. We can quickly do that. Toastmaster Ajay Mehra. As I call out the names, just raise your hand for the benefit of the newcomers. Toastmaster Ajay Mehra. Toastmaster Dikshita. Toastmaster Satya. Toastmaster Nagata. For the evaluators, we have Toastmaster Ishita, Toastmaster Abhijit, Toastmaster Ganesh, Toastmaster Siddharth. Role players, Toastmaster, General Evaluator, Toastmaster Ruchira, TMOT, Toastmaster Bhavish, TTM, Toastmaster Shitji. Auxiliary role players, grammarian, Toastmaster Sachin, timer, Toastmaster Vishwajit, our counter, Toastmaster Alisha, and active listener, Toastmaster Tanega. So please cast your votes, and guess, are you aware that there is a form here?
Abhijit, can you help these guys?
Can you just forward them the form link, and they can cast the votes? We'll also take the roles for the next meeting also. And meanwhile, I would like to get some feedbacks from the guests on how the meeting went. So let us take a few. If we can start with you, how did you find the meeting?
It's good. It's my consecutive second week, so you can understand that my enthusiasm is still there, and I'm still hooked to the concept as well. And overall, I think it provides a lot of improvement to a lot of people. And that's good.
looking forward to have you in more meetings.
I find different things here, like how there are very good feedbacks of the evaluator and the speaker also. So how to use this area and how to speak more confidently. What are the vocabulary? There is a timer also. That's concept I really like.
Thank you. Thank you. Kalika?
Actually, 2 years back, I attended one of the Toastmaster classes. That was online class. Then till the time, I don't know what exactly Toastmaster is. When I went to that class, I feel that I'm bit in a upper position. I mean, the people, those who are there, they're like, they're not speaking very well. So I feel that this is not the right place for me. I need a place where I should be in a lower place. I mean, 90% people should be above me. So in this class, I found this. So that's all I want to say. So definitely I'm going to join.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's said that you find yourself in rooms where others are brighter than you. All right. Thank you so much. Can we have? I'll just restrict to few feedbacks, just in the interest of time. So.
It was a fun experience, something new, and I hope to learn something in the next meetings that I hopefully will learn.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone? Can we have?
I like the setting of the meeting. It was not at all boring. Also,
not at all boring.
Yeah. Also, whenever
Very
I
genuine.
had, so
Very German way of saying
it was like
jokes
it
now,
was
yeah,
not
actually.
boring, it was very nice, and I like
German, that's right.
Thank you so much.
मैं तो करता ही रहता हूँ.
And I think we can have one more feedback. You can, yeah.
I felt like the arrangement was very engaging. That after speech by speech, you have to get back and you have to realize, oh, you are the Toastmaster. It's not what's happening, what they're speaking about. So I felt like that was a really good experience, something new, something I wasn't expecting. So I had a set like you will be giving some kind of speeches, you will be prepared, it will be very, you thought about it. And but it was very, it was a good flow. I felt like it wasn't prepared, I felt like it was like just thinking you're on the spot and you're doing it. So really liked it.
It was a natural flow. Thank you so much for that. And with that, we have the results and certificates. Okay.
I don't know. I don't understand now.
Do you want certificates or do you want chocolates?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Totally with chocolates.
Side से आ जाएगी फोटो.
Okay. So best auxiliary role player goes to our grammarian Toastmaster Sachin. You are already.
कंट्रोल ही नहीं होता इससे.
It was very clearly visible on
सनी
Sachin's
का
face.
अच्छा ये आ रहा है रास्ते में.
चॉकलेट में ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट है.
That's fine. Just a second.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Best role player is our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Bhavish.
You already gave the chocolate.
खा चुके हो ना?
Yes.
एक और मिलेगी.
All right. Best table topics speaker. Which product got sold?
Burger.
Very good. So Toastmasters is out. Best evaluator, Toastmasters is out.
You want chocolate?
So Best speaker. Someone will have to come and give it to me. Thank you so much.
Do you want chocolate, Namita?
Yes, I will take it. All right. With that, thank you so much for coming over on this Sunday and attending this meeting. Please be regular. Please maintain the momentum. It is essential for you to benefit maximum out of these meetings.
Oh, that's mine.
That you are regular and enjoy and are having fun also along the way. Please give your role.